Is it fair to say this is a make-or-break season for Daniel Jones?
It's fair to say there's a lot of pressure on him. I don't think it's fair to say it's a make-or-break season because I think there's a lot of other things when you provide the proper context, or rather look at this with the proper context, that need to improve in order for him to show, that he is worthy of where he was drafted and that ultimately he is going to be a successful quarterback, namely starting with the efficiency and the productivity of the offensive line, which is just flat out atrocious when it comes to the passing game. We all know it. We all recognize it. We all know that the offensive line is a building block for quarterback success, but then we'll just dismiss it when the focus becomes on a young quarterback like Daniel Jones, who is now in his third year, who hasn't taken the kind of leaps relative to where he was drafted that we had hoped. We just kind of narrow in on him and zero in on him and start pounding this young man. Look, this also would behoove the New York Giants to make sure that they do everything possible for this young man to succeed and make sure that they hammer this offensive line in terms of its development, because they still do have him under contract, under a rookie contract for over the next 2 years, which makes it very much so easier in order to build out the rest of this football team. And then they could go ahead and exercise, or rather go ahead and use the fifth-year option. So they really have him under control for 3 more seasons at very favorable numbers, or 2 at the very least. So it's in their best interest to make sure that they do everything around him in order for him to go ahead and meet expectations. But it's not just all on him, not by a long shot.
And that's what I meant when I said there are 5 reasons why it's not fair to say it's all on him. And those 5 are the offensive line that I'm talking about. Quick reaction from you, Dan Orlovsky. Then I want you to hear what Steve Young said.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say it's a make-or-break year for Daniel Jones, you better say it's a make-or-break year for Saquon Barkley as well. Okay?
It is.
Now, talking about Daniel Jones, and I love the fact that Lewis brought out the offensive line. Best quarterbacks in football last year, overall speaking, were Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, and Ryan Tannehill. They all have top 10 offensive lines. Okay? I'm hoping that the football community is realizing that quarterbacks, for the most part, cannot play good football unless they have an opportunity to do something with the football. And the Giants' offensive line stunk last year. So if Daniel Jones is going to get better, it's going to be in part because the offensive line gives him the opportunity to play better. And then with Saquon Barkley, Bud, you were drafted second. I know you're an all-world talent, and I think you're a remarkable player, but it's got to happen. Missed 17 games the last 2 years. I understand the ACL, but you were the second pick of the draft. Your rookie year, you went for 2,000 yards, and then your second year, you went down to 1,400. He's got to go be a guy. I mean, Saquon Barkley was supposed to be the next Adrian Peterson. So he's got to go perform at that second overall pick level to help Daniel Jones play better football.
There's one other thing I want you guys to hear. Steve Young was on my radio show the other day, Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young. He said there's one other thing Daniel Jones himself needs to do to play better football. Listen.
Daniel Jones is playing enough, and he's going to get better. And with Saquon, he'll get a lot better because he's got the help, he's got the support, and he needs to be on the run. He needs to be on the move. Everyone wants to sit in there, do what Tom Brady does. But in the meantime, there's a lot of success to be had out there, free yards to go get with your leg and grow into the position. And I encourage Daniel not try to be perfect and then lean on Saquon. I'm a believer in Daniel Jones over time.
That was Steve. And again, I thought that was really interesting. Dan Orlovsky, give me a quick take from you. He's saying Daniel Jones, who runs with the football better than I think most people think, needs to do more of that. What do you think of it?
Absolutely, because it's going to help his decision-making. I've long thought that the athletic quarterback has changed the game in a lot of ways, but the athletic quarterback doesn't turn the ball over as much because they're more willing to use their legs as the third option and trying to fit a football. And I want Daniel Jones to play as well as his intellect kind of portrays him as. For a really, really smart kid, he does dumb things with the football. I remember the day after he was drafted, Greeny, we were down in Nashville the morning after, and I did a breakdown of what he does when he panics with the football, and that's what equals those turnovers. His season will come down to 10 plays. Daniel Jones' season will come down to 10 plays. In those 10 plays, when panic comes, and what do I do with the ball? Does he run for 8 of them? And instead of throwing the ball up for grabs, and then twice throw the ball away, or once take a sack, that will be a determining factor. Yes, use him more the way the Bills use Josh Allen, the way the Ravens use Lamar Jackson. Utilize his athleticism, but he needs to do it himself as well.
Graz, what do you think here? You seem to agree when he said there's pressure on Jones, there's pressure on Saquon. What's at stake for the Giants this year?
Saquon doesn't have an extension yet either, and he has been hurt. Look, I mean, Dave Gettlemen, I think, is on thin ice if the Giants don't have a big year and Daniel Jones doesn't ascend. And look, Nothing I said goes against anything Lewis or Dan said. I mean, Baker Mayfield's story is different right now if the Browns hadn't beefed up the offensive line around him last year. I mean, it is a big year for Daniel Jones. That doesn't mean it's entirely on him, but the Giants have to be good this year or else they're going to have to rethink things. Worth noting, Daniel Jones only turned the ball over 3 times in the second half of last season. The offensive line did play better as the year went along. So if that continues to ascend and the Kenny Golladay, Kadarius Toney, Kyle Rudolph type pieces they added around him, he has a chance to be successful.
Now, every year they address the offensive line, though, and every year it manages to get worse. I don't understand how that happens. That is going to be the most important piece of that puzzle. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.